Most top bodybuilders train year-round to maintain their size and conditioning. But Kevin Levrone? He did the unthinkable. He took months off, hardly trained in the off-season, and still stepped on stage looking like a champion. How did he break the norms of bodybuilding and compete against the top athletes? Stay tuned until the end of this video because you are about to explore one of the most unbelievable stories in the sport. Born on July 16, 1964, in Baltimore, Maryland, he faced challenges that would overwhelm most people. His father, an Italian-American, and his mother, an African-American, both succumbed to cancer during his childhood. He lost his father when Kevin was just 7, and his mother passed away while he was in high school. Losing both parents at such a young age could have shattered him, but instead, it motivated him to discover his inner strength. With no one to support him, Kevin needed an outlet, and he found it in weightlifting. He realized he needed to stay healthy, and for him, that meant getting stronger. Lifting weights became a way to protect himself, to feel in control in a world that felt uncertain. As time passed, his passion for training evolved into something much greater. His genetics were remarkable, his strength was exceptional, and his work ethic was unparalleled. In 1991, he competed in his first major event, the NPC Nationals, and emerged victorious. Just like that, he bypassed the lengthy journey of amateur competitions and entered the IFBB Pro League. Kevin believed there was something powerful about helping others. He saw it as a way to step outside his struggles. His mother had always told him, "If you can help someone, help." Those words stuck with him. To Kevin, selflessness was a way to find purpose, a kind of good selfishness that made life more meaningful. But how did he develop one of the most incredible physiques in bodybuilding history? How was he able to achieve this while training less than his competitors? Kevin Levrone's body responded to training in a way that left people stunned. Unlike most bodybuilders, he didn't need to stay in the gym year-round. He could take months off, train for a short period, and still step on stage looking like a monster. That's why they called him the Maryland Muscle Machine. Levrone kept his training simple yet brutally effective. He grouped his workouts by movement type, pushing exercises one day, pulling exercises another. It might sound obvious, but even experienced lifters asked him about it all the time. For Kevin, mastering the basics was the key to success. His go-to exercises included the flat bench press for full chest development, squats to hit every muscle in the body, and bent-over rows to build a thick, strong back. Heavy lifting was the foundation. Reps stayed between 6 and 10, forcing muscles to grow through sheer intensity. Levrone didn't just lift heavy. He trained with insane volume. Some sessions reached up to 20 sets per muscle group. Most lifters would burn out, but his body thrived under this kind of punishment. He trained quickly and explosively. No wasted time, no long rest periods, just relentless effort. One of the most surprising aspects of Levrone was his ability to take time off and return looking better than ever. His muscle memory was on another level. When he trained again, his body snapped back quickly, holding onto the muscle he built. But he also understood the importance of recovery. He pushed himself to the edge, but knew when to back off. This balance between intense training and strategic rest kept him at the top for years. Kevin kept his diet clean and disciplined. He avoided red meat, sticking to a low-carb meal plan based on fish and chicken. Vegetables were a big part of his nutrition, making sure his body got everything it needed. When cutting, he kept it strict, only whole, unprocessed foods. But when not cutting, he'd add sauces and spices to keep things interesting while staying on track. Levrone was big on smart supplementation. One thing he always recommended was NO2 for pre-workout. It gets the blood pumping, the muscles warmed up, and the body primed to lift heavy. But he had a warning. Not all supplements are created equal. Be careful what you buy, he emphasized. A lot of brands sell junk, filled with unnecessary additives and cheap fillers. When it came to nutrition around training, timing was key. Before hitting the weights, he always had protein and carbs to fuel the session. After lifting, same deal. Protein and carbs to recover and grow. If he was bulking, he upped the calories. Carbs came down, but the clean eating stayed the same. For Levrone, every decision, from food to supplements, was about performance, recovery, and longevity. Levrone also had a supplement brand called Kevin Levrone Signature Series. Kevin Levrone was a powerhouse in every sense. At 5 feet 11 inches, he carried an impressive 110 to 115 kilograms. 244 pounds on stage, with an off-season weight reaching 120 kilograms, 260 pounds at his peak. But what made him stand out was his crazy proportions. His 24-inch arms looked unreal, his 57-inch chest was massive, yet he still had a tiny 29-inch waist, giving him that perfect V-taper. His 32-inch legs were thick and powerful, and even his calves, often a weak point for bodybuilders, measured a solid 19.5 inches. Beyond aesthetics, Levrone's raw strength was legendary. His bench press was a jaw-dropping 561 pounds for 4 reps. This strength, combined with his ability to get competition ready in just a few months, made him one of the most respected and feared competitors in bodybuilding history. Kevin Levrone's IFBB pro career exploded in 1991, winning the NPC finals and stepping onto the Mr. Olympia stage in 1992, where he shocked everyone by placing second in his debut. His rise seemed unstoppable until a brutal injury nearly ended everything. In February 1993, during a 600-pound bench press, Levrone completely tore his major and minor pectoral muscles. The injury was devastating, requiring multiple surgeries. The first lasted 8 hours, and after complications, he needed a second operation. Many assumed his career was over, but Levrone defied the odds. Just 8 weeks after surgery, he returned to prepare for the 1994 Mr. Olympia, where he placed third, a comeback few believed possible. Levrone went on to finish runner-up 4 times at Mr. Olympia, in 1992 and 1995 behind Dorian Yates, and 2000 and 2002 behind Ronnie Coleman. Despite his insane muscle fullness, symmetry, and razor-sharp conditioning, he never claimed the title, holding the record for the most second-place finishes without a win. Many believe that if he had trained full-time instead of taking long breaks, he could have been Mr. Olympia at least once. But even without the Sandow Trophy, his legacy remains one of the greatest in bodybuilding history. Most bodybuilders retire and never come back. But Kevin Levrone has a different story. At the age of 51, after more than a decade away, he stepped back on the Mr. Olympia stage, going head-to-head with athletes half his age. No one saw it coming. But could he still hang with the best? After stepping away from competition in 2003, Kevin Levrone never officially retired. He just wanted to explore new challenges. But more than a decade later, he shocked the bodybuilding world with a comeback announcement in 2016. At 51 years old, Levrone received a special invite to compete at Mr. Olympia. With only 5 months of preparation, he stepped on stage against much younger competitors. Despite the effort, he placed 17th, showing undeniable dedication, but falling short of his former dominance. In 2018, Levrone entered his final competition, the Arnold Classic Australia. This time, many believed his conditioning had improved from 2016, but it was still a far cry from his prime. He finished 13th out of 14, closing the chapter on his competitive career. Kevin Levrone competed in 13 Mr. Olympia contests, earning a reputation as one of the greatest bodybuilders to never win the title. His near wins and immense popularity earned him the honorary title of Uncrowned Mr. Olympia, a recognition he shares with Flex Wheeler. Despite only training for 5 months, Levrone got himself back into contest shape. He later revealed that he trained through injuries, including issues with his pectorals and knee. Though he didn't place in the top 10, his comeback was legendary, proving that even after years away, his name still belonged among the sport's greats. When Kevin Levrone stepped away from professional bodybuilding, he didn't just sit back and relax. He kept pushing forward in new and unexpected ways. Known for his intense training and insane physique, many expected him to stay within the bodybuilding world. But Levrone had other plans. He explored different sports, business ventures, and even entertainment, proving he was more than just muscles. One of the first things he did after retiring from competition was dive into other sports, particularly tennis and golf. While they're worlds apart from bodybuilding, Levrone enjoyed the challenge and discipline they required. Beyond sports, Levrone also pursued acting, landing roles in films like Backlash, 2005, and Redline, 2007. His massive physique and strong presence made him a natural fit for action-packed roles. He is also featured in numerous bodybuilding documentaries, giving fans an inside look at the mindset and dedication required to compete at the highest level. In 2015, he released singles like Double Duo, Avalanche, and See the Light, showcasing his artistic side. Many fans were surprised by this side of him, but Levrone had always been passionate about music. In 2015, he expanded his brand by launching the Kevin Levrone Signature Series, a supplement line designed for serious athletes and bodybuilders. With decades of experience in fitness and nutrition, He knew exactly what the body needed to grow and recover. His supplements quickly gained popularity, especially among hardcore gym-goers who admired his legacy. In 2016, he took his fitness knowledge a step further by launching TeamLevrone.com, an online training platform. Through this site, he provided workouts, diet plans, and coaching for aspiring bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts. For those who wanted to train like the legend himself, this was their chance. Kevin Levrone has built a reputation as one of the most respected and admired bodybuilders of all time. However, while Levrone has mostly avoided personal scandals, he hasn't shied away from speaking his mind. Over the years, he's been involved in a few controversies, especially when it comes to bodybuilding politics and how the sport is judged. One of the biggest discussions in bodybuilding came in 2020 when veteran bodybuilder Robbie Robinson spoke out about racism in the sport. Robinson, a legend in his own right, claimed that Joe Weider, one of the most influential figures in bodybuilding history, had made racist comments and that black athletes were often treated unfairly in competition. His statements sparked a heated debate as many athletes reflected on their own experiences. Kevin Levrone, however, had a completely different perspective. In response to Robinson's claims, Levrone said he never experienced racism in bodybuilding and never felt that his skin color affected how he was treated. He specifically mentioned Joe Weider, stating that Weider had always treated him with respect and fairness. This statement stirred some controversy. Some fans and athletes felt that Levrone was dismissing Robinson's experiences, while others agreed that bodybuilding was a sport where hard work and genetics mattered more than race. Another moment where Levrone's words sparked discussion was after the 2022 Mr. Olympia contest. Going into the event, Mamdou Big Ramy Elspieh was the reigning champion and was expected to dominate once again. But instead of winning, Big Ramy shocked fans by placing 5th, a massive drop from his previous performances. After the event, Levrone didn't hold back in his critique. He pointed out that Big Ramy's conditioning was noticeably off and that he simply didn't bring the same level of sharpness and detail that won him the title in previous years. According to Levrone, the judges likely penalized Big Ramy for failing to match his past physique, which is why he dropped in the rankings. This sparked debate among bodybuilding fans. Some agreed with Levrone, saying that competitors should always be judged on their best possible condition, and that Big Ramy didn't deserve to win if he wasn't at his peak. Others felt that politics and behind-the-scenes decisions played a role in the rankings, arguing that Big Ramy's loss wasn't just about his physique. While Kevin Levrone has never been involved in major scandals, his willingness to speak openly about tough topics has led to some controversy. Whether it's addressing racism in bodybuilding or calling out champions for not bringing their best, Levrone has always stayed true to his opinions. And in a sport where politics and favoritism are often discussed, that kind of honesty is rare. Levrone's legacy, however, is bigger than his competition record. His ability to reinvent himself in fitness, business, acting, and music proves he's more than just a bodybuilder. He continues to inspire athletes, fitness enthusiasts, and dreamers worldwide, showing that success isn't just about winning trophies. It's about constantly evolving and pushing boundaries. What do you think was Kevin Levrone's most impressive achievement? His near victories at Mr. Olympia, his incredible comeback at 51, or his success beyond bodybuilding? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.